Hey there, welcome in. My name's Josh, and today we're going to be talking about overcoming art block. Alright, time to talk about the biggest obstacle artists face. Fear. Oh wait, you were expecting me to say art block. I mean, it's really the same thing. Art block is just a disguise for fear. It's a mask. The short answer on how to overcome art block is to embrace your level of artistic suck. And you have to allow yourself to fail and make something ugly. If you view art as a progression of learning for the purpose of telling stories, through which you acquire more knowledge to tell more stories better, you should never be bored as an artist or not know what to do. You might not want to do something, but you should always know what you ought to do or study next in your pursuit of telling the stories and sharing the pictures you see in your head. Granted, I recognize that this is a very type A approach to art block. Personally, I believe this is an advantage of being type A, as type A artists rarely get art block because of their ridiculous, raging ambition. Type Bs, on the other hand, seem to suffer from it much more, and I would even argue that the majority of artists who get art block are type B to begin with. To clarify, type B artists are those who are artists primarily because they find being so to be fun. The fundamental question type B artists with art block ask themselves is, what can I make that's fun? Or to put it another way, what can I create that's easy for me to do and within my comfort zone? If your primary purpose for creating art is just because you find it fun, it's only natural you won't know what to do once the activity ceases to be as fun as it used to be in the past. The artist struggling with art block is typically bound up by their feelings. It's a giant myth that you have to want to do something in order to do it in the first place. Now, some of you might be riding in your seats, fingers flying over the keyboard ready to insist and defend yourself, saying that that's simply not true. Some of you might argue that the only reason you're art blocked is you're uninspired, and if only you were inspired, you'd make amazing art like the world has never seen. This is the first and most common advice to get through art block. Get inspired. Basically, psych yourself up, tell yourself you want it, and try to get motivated. Listen to some music, watch a show, go on a walk, do anything to get that feeling back, because if you get that feeling of fun and the feeling of wanting to do it, you'll be invincible. So many art block solutions really can be simplified to try to feel like it again. To be clear, this advice does work, and in fact it works really well. It's much easier to do something when we feel like doing it just is. The only problem with this approach is that eventually you run out of things to inspire you, and this method of encouragement and motivation is ultimately unstable and unreliable. The second, much simpler option, yet harsher piece of advice to get through art block is to suck it up and push through anyway, even though it's hard. I would say that I don't think you're uninspired. I think the fact that you're creating art at all means you already have a bunch of amazing things in your head that you want to share, and I'm fairly confident that you haven't exhausted all the things in life that you think are cool. I don't believe there's any shortage of awesome material upstairs in your brain. I do believe there might be a shortage on cool material that's easy to make. I absolutely believe that. But I don't believe for a second that there's not a single scene in your head and that world you've created full of your OCs, fan fictions, fan arts, and OTPs that you don't wish you could do justice on the page. So you need to suck it up, buckle down, and get after it. Don't misunderstand, emotions are wonderful. I'm an extremely emotional and sensitive person, and it's our emotions and feelings that qualify us to create as artists in the first place. Yet we can't be bound by them. We can't be bound by what feels good or by what comes easy. Doing something even though it's hard teaches discipline, and discipline helps us to do the things we know we need to be doing and what we want to be doing deep down anyway. There are a ton of things we know we should do, but we don't do it because we don't feel like it. The solution is for us to stop always chasing after our feelings and realize that the feelings will often come after we start. A Vietnamese Buddhist monk puts it this way: sometimes your joy is the source of your smile, but sometimes your smile can be the source of your joy. At its core, art block is the manifestation of an artist who doesn't want to be challenged and is afraid of failure. They don't want to fail, they don't want to fall flat on their face and suck. Art block happens when the artists exhaust their comfort zone and they can't think of anything else to do within it. Conscious or not, they think thoughts like, it takes a lot of effort, and it's too much of a drag to get outside my comfort zone, so, well, I don't know what to draw. I'm bored. You're not bored. You're just afraid to suck. Remember, it's okay to suck. It's okay to be bad at something when you're learning. Don't put this pressure on yourself that you have to be god tier at everything you do right off the bat. Lighten up, draw, practice. Sure, studying anatomy might not be as fun as shipping your OTP, but if you put in the time studying, your ship will sail better, I promise. If you view art as a journey, you might not want to draw or study something, but you should always know what you ought to be drawing and studying to improve. Don't be afraid to suck. You won't suck forever. The more you go outside your comfort zone, the bigger your comfort zone will be. If you're struggling with art block now, just push through. It'll be okay, and the fun will come back to you. I promise. That's it for this Thoughtful Thursday, and thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.